Good morning, students. In the last lecture, I have discussed about different type of objects, then grouping of objects, diversity of objects, classification of objects on the basis of their activities. Okay. Today I will discuss another classification. Okay, objects can be classified in two types. They are natural and man-made. Natural material and man-made material. Okay, so natural material means the materials which we get from nature, or the material which can be produced from the material which are get of from the nature. Okay, and man-made material means which is man-made or which are made artificially. Okay, so natural material means the materials which we can get from nature. Okay, or the material which is produced from the material which are get from the nature, like wood, coal, wax, stone, cotton. Wood, coal, wax, stone, cotton, these are get from nature. Okay, so these materials are natural material. Okay, or the materials produced from these are also natural material. And man-made material means which are made artificially in different factories, okay, companies, etc. So these are plastic, soap, nylon, rayon, glass, etc. So clear? So these are made in factories, or that is these are made artificially. So that's why these are called man-made material. So clear what is natural and what is man-made? Natural material means we can get it from nature, or which occur in nature, or man-made which are made artificially. Okay, now very important, matter. What is matter? When we observe the objects, we see that they occupy some space, right? Suppose this is this pen. This pen also occupies some space. Okay, and it also has a mass. It also has a mass. Okay, suppose this pen occupies some space in on the copy. Okay, so but suppose this copy also occupies some space. Okay, and also it has a mass. Also this pen has a mass. Okay, suppose this phone also occupy a space, and also occupy some space, and also it has a mass. Clear? But the pen, copy, phone, the properties are different. Okay, but what are the same properties? What are the same properties, or what are the relation between them? They occupy some space, and they have mass. They have masses. Okay, so what is matter? So we can say matter is anything that occupies space and has a definite mass. Okay, clear? So matter is anything that occupies space and has a definite mass. Okay, so now if we break this matter, suppose this pen, if we break this pen, we will get some tiny particles. We will read later that any matter or object consists of molecules and the molecules consist of atoms. Okay, now we say these are the particles, tiny particles. So any matter consists of large number of tiny particles. So any matter consists of large number of tiny particles. Okay, so and on the basis of the space between the tiny particles, we can classify the matter into 3 states. Okay, that means on the arrangement, on the basis of the arrangement, on the basis of the arrangement. On the basis of the arrangement of the tiny particles, we can classify or we can classify the matter into 3 states. These are first one solid, second one liquid, and third one is gas or gaseous. So solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. Okay, so any matter matter has 3 states. These are solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. Clear? So what are solid state? For solid state, the tiny particles are closely packed. For solid state, the tiny particles are closely packed. Particles are closely packed. Particles are very closely packed. Clear? That means suppose this is the solid, this is the tiny particle. These are very closely packed. These are the tiny particles. These are very closely packed. But for liquid, particles are close but have a little space between them, like this. Okay, so for liquid, particles are closely packed but there is a space between the particles. But for gaseous state, tiny particles are far from each other. Clear? Okay. That means for solid state, the tiny particles are closely packed. For liquid, tiny particles are closely packed but there is a space between the particles. But for gaseous state, tiny particles, they are far from each other. Okay. So this is the difference between solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. Now properties. If we see, as they are closely packed, then it has a constant, or it has a particular shape, volume, and mass. Okay, as I said, all the matters that occur space has a definite mass. So all the state has definite mass. Okay, but for solid state, as the particles are tightly packed, then it has a definite shape and definite volume. Definite shape and definite volume. Okay, but for liquid, it does not have definite shape. Okay, and it take the shape of the container. That means if you pour the water in a glass, it will take the shape of the glass. If you pour it in a beaker, then it will take the shape of the beaker. That means it does not have definite shape. It does not have definite shape, but take the shape of the container. Take the shape of container. Clear? and it has a definite volume. It has a definite volume. That means volume, huh? It has a definite volume. Definite volume and definite mass. A definite volume, mass and shape. For liquid, it has a definite mass and definite volume, but it has no definite shape. It take the shape of the container. Like if we pour it in a glass, it will take the shape of the glass. If we pour it in the beaker, it will take shape the big shape of the beaker. Okay, and similarly for gas, it has a definite shape, definite mass. Okay, as I said, matter that has a definite mass. So all the states of the matter have the definite mass. Okay, that may be solid, liquid or gas, but for liquid it has definite shape, but it does not have definite shape, but it has definite volume. For it does not have definite volume. Okay, it does not have definite volume. Occupy all the space available. Occupy all the space available. Suppose if you see, if there is a suppose there is a soap in your room, so what will happen? So you can smell the soap from all over the room. Okay, you can smell it from all over the room. That means the gas spread all over the room. That means gas occupy all the space available. Okay, that means it spread all over the space. It spreads. Clear? That's why it does not have definite volume. Okay, and it's same, it take the shape of the container. Take the shape of the container. Obviously, because if it spreads, then it take the shape of the container. So clear? So all three have definite mass, but for solid and liquid has definite volume, but gaseous state does not have definite volume. It occupy all the space, and for liquid it has a definite for solid it has a definite shape, but for liquid and gas it occupy the it take the shape of the container. Clear? Okay, now properties. Properties of matter or materials. Properties of matter. So there are different types of properties of matter. Okay, so first property, as I discussed earlier, they have all the that occupies space and definite shape, but the properties of the materials are different. Okay, so first property that is appearance. Okay, we say that when light falls on any metallic surface, it shines. Okay, when light falls on a metallic surface, it shines, but if the light falls on a wood, it does not shine. It does not shine, right? Okay, so again, if light falls on glass bowl, then it shines. SHINE. But when light fall on any bag, any cloth bag, then the light it does not shine. Okay, so that is the property of appearance. That is the property of appearance. Okay, that means that is the property by which we can different the materials. Okay. Okay. Oh, when light falls, it appears some of the material appears shines, and some of the material does not shine. Okay, so it is the appearance of the material. Some of the material shining and some of the material does not shine. Okay, so those particles which shine, that are called lustrous. Lustrous material. Okay, and which does not shine, those are called non-lustrous material. Non-lustrous material. Clear? So so we can say that appearance is the property of any material. Okay, so most of the metal shine. Okay, so most of the metals are lustrous material, and wood, plastic, cotton, rubber, these are the non-lustrous so metals, and these are wood, plastic, cotton. So these are the non-lustrous material. So clear? Appearance means how the material appear. Appearance of the material, it shine and it does not shine. Okay, which shine, that are called lustrous material, which does not shine are called non-lustrous material. Okay, so appearance is the property of material. Second, hardness. Hardness, HARDNESS. Hardness is the property of the material. Suppose when you press any sponge, then you can press it easily, but if you try to press any iron rod, then you are not able to press, you will not able to press it easily. Okay, again, if we try to press cotton foam, we can press it easily. Okay, and if we try to press steel, aluminium, then we will not able to press it easily. So this is the property of the material which is called hardness. Okay, so the cotton, again wool, these are not hard, that means the hardness is less, but iron, steel, metals are the hard material, very hard material. Clear? So this is the property of hardness. Okay, understand? So by pressing we can understand, by pressing we can classify or we can differ the material. Okay, suppose you have given two material, one is cotton and one is iron. So how can you classify them? If you press it, then you can see, you can press the cotton easily, but you cannot press the iron. Then you can say easily that the which we do not able to press, that is iron, and which is able to press is cotton. So how we can differ this? So we can differ this on the basis of the property hardness. Clear? So, like before, as suppose you on the basis of the property appearance, we can classify or we can differ any glass or any wood, because glass shine when light falls on a glass shine, but the wood does not shine. Similarly, when we press iron or steel, it is very hard, and when we press any cotton or any sponge, then it is very easily to press, that it is not hard. so we can differ them by hardness. Okay, and third one is texture. Okay, suppose your eyes are closed, and I am giving you any glass material or wood material. So both are hard, glass and wood. So how can you differ them? Or any glass material and any carpet, how can you differ them? So if you rub your hand on the surface, you can feel the surface, like how the surface of the carpet is rough, but the glass surface is smooth, right? That means we can differ them on the basis of the roughness or smoothness. This is the property of texture. Clear? Rough, smooth. Rough, suppose road, not road, a carpet, wood, sandpaper. Rough surface, these are the rough, these particles or these objects have rough surface. Glass material, any glass material have a smooth surface. Again, any metallic surface have the smooth surface. Clear? So this is the property of texture. Then we can easily classify or differ the objects on the basis of texture. Suppose carpet and glass is given. If you rub your hand on the surface, then you can easily differ the carpet and the glass, because glass has the smooth surface and carpet has the rough surface. So on the basis of the roughness or smoothness, you can differ them. So this is the property of texture. Okay, so students, read very well. I will complete the chapter in the next video. Okay, thank you.